Today on DNVR Buffs Live, why burning Julian Lewis's red shirt is the right decision for this season and the future, other standouts from Saturday's game, Big 12 recap, and a lot more. Let's get it. Buff Nation Squad coming to you live from the DNVR studios. It's DNVR Buffs Live on a Monday. Welcome to bye week number 2 for Coach Prime and the Buffs. Mr. Scotty Deep Pockets, as always, playing hurt still. Look at this guy, just the dedication and the passion for the game. It's crazy.
You know, bro, we're into November.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year, bro. Everybody's playing banged up, bro. Nobody is 100% healthy this time of the year. And that's no different up here for us, bro. It's good to see you. How you feeling on this Monday afternoon?
I'm feeling great. I rewatched the game this morning, and good feelings all around. Again, Julian Lewis is Colorado's quarterback.
He's him, bro.
Yeah.
He's the future. And this is just the beginning, man. I tweeted it Saturday after the game, bro. What we saw was his floor, which I think is really fair to think that that's the case. This is his first career start. This is an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
If that's his floor, his ceiling is something special.
Mm-hmm.
Like NFL special, like first round special.
We'll talk about that. I want to talk about margins a little bit later in the show. We'll get into that. We'll talk about the red shirt here in just a second. But yeah, we'll talk about Quentin Gibson, other standouts. 4 Buffs made the PFF Big 12 Team of the Week. We'll recap the weekend for the conference. We got a 6-day window for the ASU game time. So, yeah, that sucks. We'll talk about that. And a little bit more on Dylan Edwards as well today. Starting with the red shirt, though. Going back to, what was the guy's name? Before the game, sideline reporter TNT.
Jared Greenberg.
Jared Greenberg reported that Coach Prime, he's just rolling with Julian Lewis the rest of this year. No talk about red shirt. They're not even going to entertain it. You got a starting quarterback the rest of the season. We don't have to worry about this red shirt. And going off what you said, and we've talked a lot about this, like Julian Lewis is kind of just him, always has been. I don't think a red shirt's really going to matter down the line in his college career, unless something goes really, really wrong. We're not going to talk about that.
Exactly. I mean, he's the now. As much as we use the word future, like he's also the right now.
Yes.
This is why you get a 5-star quarterback, why you pour all the resources into his recruitment to get him to your campus and a part of your program. And you gave it a shot of trying to get him acclimated by watching from the sideline, by watching under a senior. And you tried it. That time has passed.
Yeah.
He's gotten his opportunity, and not only has he gotten his opportunity, he ran with it on Saturday. What we saw was not normal for a true freshman, for an 18-year-old on the road to handle the circumstances the way he did. So as we talk about the red shirt, Mark Johnson, voice of the Buffs, kind of had a good point about it after the game on Saturday. I'm trying to find the tweet now, but basically... Damn,
basically,
he goes, keep in mind, with all the legal action pending, it will soon be 5 years to play 5 for all student athletes. So red shirts won't matter. And that's could be taking place soon, before maybe potentially next season even, where the red shirt is just going to be an outdated, antiquated thing, part of college football, where you just got 5 years to play 5. And based on what I saw on Saturday, Julian Lewis ain't going to be playing college football for 5 years.
No.
He's just not. This, like I said, this is a future NFL player. I think he has the talent to be a future first-round pick. And the sooner you can get him out there getting his feet wet, like what we saw on Saturday, the dividends are going to pay off for your team. Like this is somebody who players like Shedeur Sanders are going to want to come to Colorado to play with, to play for. And as impressive as he was during the game, and he was very impressive, and we'll get into some of that a little bit later, the stuff that he said and did afterwards was just as impressive to me.
100%.
How he handled that post-game pressure after a loss when he was sacked 7 times without 2 of his starting offensive linemen. He did nothing but give credit and praise to the offensive line for giving him time. Despite being put in the situation, on the road, first career start, with 3-6 team, a lot of those guys are banged up. He made no excuses. He was quick to point out his own mistakes. He took accountability for the loss. And he said, even with a bye week coming up, he goes, "No, I'm staying right here.
Yep.
I'm staying right here. I'm working with these guys for next year to get ready for next year, to build that connection for next year." So Julian Lewis already has his mind focused on this bye week, his next opportunity, and next year, because sophomore year Juju is going to be scary. With the full offseason with these receivers and these coaches to work with. It's going to be something special. And I say all the time, man, do you got a coach? Do you got a quarterback? It seems like Colorado once again has both of those boxes checked, and that's so exciting.
100%. It's just time. I mean, look, we've talked a lot about the future this offseason, even earlier than some would have liked in this season.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. There is no more future. It's now. It's all right now for Colorado. It's all right there in front of them. I mean, you just got to put the pieces around him to just help accentuate his strengths, really. And, you've kind of, Coach Prime and the staff, they've kind of learned through this process already too with Shedeur, right? Like the team's in a much better spot than it was 2 years ago, that first season in 2023. Just given the talent you have on this team. I mean, again, 3-7 is the record. You kind of are what your record says you are for sure. But it's a new team with Julian in there now too. Like you saw the guys playing inspired football on both sides of the ball last week. You saw just the juice and the excitement on the sideline. So it's very exciting. You're fortunate to be in this position, frankly. It is becoming a bit more frequent to see these young quarterbacks just go out and go crazy in their freshman years in college football, but it's not often. I mean, you have to kind of get lucky. It's like drafting a quarterback almost. You have to get a little lucky, whether it's landing the guy, hoping you get the right guy in terms of talent and makeup. And Colorado got a little lucky. They got themselves an absolute dog at quarterback now for the next at least 3 seasons. So it's very exciting. And we've talked a lot about it on Saturday as well, just the signs that you're given to potential transfers and recruits right now. Like that's just where you're at. I mean, Coach Prime after the game is talking about how he's kind of looking forward to not looking forward, I'd say, but he's already, taking a quick peek behind the curtain at what's to come this offseason and addressing some of those needs too. So, we'll see how it all shakes up. This is a very big next 2 games coming up. Obviously the bye, I mean, how Julian approaches that too. I mean, it's just a complete change and it's exciting, man.
No doubt about it. I mean, let's talk about Juju a little bit more in terms of just his first start, that game on Saturday against West Virginia, how impressive it was, kind of behind or past the superficial kind of stats, the completion percentage, which we talk about, 63%, really good, 299 passing yards, the 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. But Alyssa, if you can pull up that graphic, that Juju graphic, if you got it, some of the analytics for Juju in this game are absolutely bananas. Look at that top portion. When he was blitzed against West Virginia, 11 of 15 passing, 192 passing yards, 1 pick, no interceptions, 3 big-time throws. Those 3 big-time throws, all while blitzed, were the most by a Colorado quarterback in a game this year. Saul had 2 games with 2 big-time throws. Staub had 2 games with 2 big-time throws. Julian's the first Colorado quarterback this season with 3 big-time throws in 1 game. And what a big-time throw is definitionally, at least according to Pro Football Focus, is a pass with excellent ball location and timing, generally thrown further down the field and or into a tighter window. And this is something I think really important because you go back to after the Utah game, Coach Prime said what? The cat's out the bag. And he was referring to the fact that Utah blitzed them to death. And Colorado had no answers. Caden had no answers. He threw for 37 yards that game. It was like 9 of 20-something passing. But Coach Prime after the game also said that we had answers to the blitz. we just couldn't get to him.
Yeah.
What you saw on Saturday was an 18-year-old in the face of, he was blitzed on 43% of his dropback. Almost half of his dropbacks he was blitzed on.
It's crazy.
And what you saw was an 18-year-old true freshman in his first start finding answers to the blitz.
Yeah.
And if we can throw that graphic up one more time, Alyssa, the other stuff too, just in terms of how Juju was on the intermediate throws. Bless you.
Bless you.
10 to 19 yards down the field. Perfect. 7 of 7 on those intermediate throws, which we know Shador was that's his game right there, right? 115 passing yards, a touchdown. Again, no interceptions, no turnover-worthy throws on those intermediate throws. And that was, again, this is not to put down Caden at all, but that was an area of Caden's game where he struggled this season.
Mm-hmm.
On those same intermediate throws this season, Caden, 50% completion, 13 of 26, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions on those intermediate throws. It's not as strong. So he can throw it deep. We talk about that. He's a good deep ball thrower.
Yeah.
And a lot of his throws were short, less than 10 yards and behind the line of scrimmage. But Juju just unlocks that middle part of the field.
Yeah.
The vertical passing game. And the other part, too, is that he did all of that without putting the ball in harm's way.
Totally.
You're taking shots. You're getting the reward without the risk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, again, the first start, without Jordan Seaton, without your other tackle on the road, your first start, you're handling the blitz well. You're handling pressure well. You're taking care of the football, but you're still putting your offense in adverse situations to move the ball down the field.
Yep.
Juju showed everything. And again, in addition to what he said and did after the game, he did everything you could have possibly wanted to see from your true freshman, your 18-year-old, the future face, current face of this program.
Totally. Just some more stuff on that. Shout out PFF for these stats. You mentioned when being blitzed, he's got almost as good a passer rating as he does when he's not being blitzed.
Exactly.
There's hardly any drop off.
Yep. Also,
this is just season long. As a deep passer, just 20 plus yards down the field,
mm-hmm.
he is literally elite.
Yeah.
91.4 passing grade from PFF. He's 11 for 5 for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. No turnover-worthy plays either. He's had 1 turnover-worthy play in all of his play this season. I know that's a small sample size. That's a true freshman doing that.
Facts.
The command that this guy has and the poise that he has, he's just a natural. There's really no way else to describe it. I tweeted out after the game, you can't teach what we just saw from him. That was just pure God-given talent, instincts, and just being built for the situation he was put into. And it's exactly why I was asking for Julian early in the year. What he does with the deep ball and in terms of opening the intermediate passing as well, that's exactly how this offense is built to thrive with these wide receivers.
Yes.
Obviously, the running game is still a bit of an issue. It doesn't help when guys keep on getting banged up all the time. Losing Cam Michael, who was one of the top graded players from PFF on offense, even though he had only, 10 snaps or whatever.
Yep.
That doesn't help at all. But it will help in the long term. And we'll get into, I want to talk about margins here in just a second. And we can talk about all of that and then some. But this guy he's the key to unlocking everything for this program. On the field, off the field.
Yeah.
It's all in front of Colorado right now. So again, I keep on saying the word. It's just a very exciting time to be in Buff Nation and watching this football team right now.
And one other thing that I found after the game, which was interesting and speaks to how impressive Juju's performance is, Colorado's average third down distance, and it kind of speaks to the lack of a running game, particularly earlier in that game. Mm-hmm. Their average third down distance on Saturday against West Virginia, 11.8 yards. They were an average on 3rd and 11.
And then what was their conversion
And
rate?
obviously they weren't great on 3rd down. I think they were they weren't great.
You had to go for it on 4th down early and stuff.
They were 5 of 17 on 3rd down, which is
not great at all.
Not great. But again, you look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Juju performed well even in adverse situations. Again, banged up offensive line. You're backed up in 3rd and long most of the game, and you're still 63 plus completion. You're still handling the blitz well. You still play well enough to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest difference in that game, somebody talked about it, the block punt obviously was a big one. The inability to capitalize off turnovers obviously was a big part of the game too. And then obviously Mate kicked 3 field goals.
Yep.
You know, one of those field goals is a touchdown instead.
Or Omarion doesn't fumble the ball. Or,
Exactly.
I mean, you stop them on that 4th and goal and you had him in the backfield and he just second effort lunged it. Like,
For sure.
There's so many moments from that game. And Julian's performance softens the blow for sure.
Yeah.
But if this was like the 7th game of the Julian Lewis era, I mean, we'd all be... pulling our hair out, for lack of a better term, with what we saw, because, I mean, he obviously played well enough to win. He just needed a little bit more help. So let's take a break and we'll talk a little bit more on that, though. Shout out our friends over at Common Spirit Health, where they're more than just hospitals and clinics. They got a team of passionate and expert caregivers dedicated to your well-being, woven into the very fabric of your community. Not just preventative care and advanced surgical solutions. They got skilled physicians and caring staff at all of their Colorado locations. They got 20 hospitals and 240 clinics and care sites right here in Colorado. Also, athletes, former athletes, or just anyone trying to stay active, really. They specialize in preventative treatment for sports medicine as well. So if you've got one of those nagging injuries that you just haven't been able to kick for however long, our friends at Common Spirit might be able to help you out. Experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discovered a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the 8-2 first place mighty Denver Broncos.
And shout out to the squad over at Bet365, man. We are in the peak of sports season, no matter what your favorite sport is, whether you're a football person, a basketball guy, a hockey lady, or whatever. It's all on and popping right now. And the place to get in on the action is with our friends over at Bet365, because we got some breaking news for you. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use that code DNVR365, deposit just $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. These bonus bets can be used on the spread, on totals, on player props, futures, and more. So whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Shout out to Bet365.
Shout out Common Spirit. Shout out Bet365. So let's talk about margins. And what that means is just, how do I describe this? Just your, how much room you have to make mistakes basically in games.
Margin for error?
Yes, margin for error. Going back to 2023, the margin of error was very, very slim. You had no offensive line. You couldn't stop the run. You had Shedeur and Travis, as great as they were.
Yeah.
And they increased your margin for error. You saw that maximized last year, right? Like, how many times did we say, Shedeur, please save us in the middle of a game? And he delivered. You know what I mean? How many times is it, F it, Travis is down there somewhere and throw it up to him? That's margin for error. That stuff makes up for a lot that can just go wrong in football games. And what Julian Lewis is going to present for this football team is such just an increased margin of error. In terms of the running game, I mean, again, let's just go through the issues you saw on Saturday. You had a terrible turnover on a fumble after a big play from O.
Yeah.
You had a 4th down stop that you couldn't get off the field for that ended up being a touchdown that ends up being the difference in the game. You can't score enough touchdowns. You have to kick 3 field goals at least. You had a safety. Like, there's so much more going on. And
even the 4th down that Colorado had, they went for it and didn't convert.
Exactly.
They tried to run it up.
First off, I could say something about that too. But anyways, with Julian Lewis moving forward now, you're going to have so much more room, and it's not going to excuse a lot of this stuff. Like, I'm not trying to excuse, any clock management, turnovers, bad recruit, whatever it is. Like, everyone has to tighten up and recognize the moment at this point, because when you have an opportunity for an increased margin for error, that should mean you attack more so, right? I mean,
more aggressive.
Not just on the field, but off the field, what you do in recruiting, what you do for the players you go after. So what Julian Lewis is going to do, and let's use the most extreme example, Patrick Mahomes. The margin of error that he generates for his football team is tremendous, right?
Facts.
We talk about the Chiefs right now and look at the teams 4 or 5 plus years ago,
Yep.
how good those teams were surrounding him, and how just the nature of the NFL, right? You can't, massage the cap forever with quarterbacks. You're going to have to eventually pay a guy, and then the rest of your roster is going to suffer. But look at how great they are still. I mean, it's not a great season for them record-wise, but They're still going to, I mean, is anyone doubting that? And it's because of margin for error, because they're a 5-4 football team right now, and no one's thinking of them as such. That's what Julian Lewis is going to bring to you. Every week, every season that he's your quarterback, you're going to have a chance to win and do something special.
For sure.
So it's just, you're going to see, I think you should be more aggressive in terms of the players you recruit. Hopefully that means you have more potential to spend on players as well down the line.
Yeah.
But this should just be a wake-up call for the whole program, for the university, that we have something that we cannot let slip through our fingertips. We have to take advantage of this situation.
I think that's well said. I think one good example of that is you look back at the Iowa State game.
Yes.
You played as well as you probably could have played.
Yes.
And you won by a touchdown.
Yes.
And in the game at the end, you still probably, Iowa State had a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is kind of the not a lot of margin for error that you have kind of in that, without maybe the confidence in the quarterback that you have in Juju. I think back to last year a couple of times where it's like Shedeur didn't play his best. The team didn't play its best.
Mm-hmm.
I think of like Texas Tech early, they're down in a hole. But because you have a Shedeur and a Travis, like, you have more room for error. And in 2023, I think back to that season where it's like, if Shedeur didn't play flawlessly and Travis didn't also play flawlessly, that team was just going to lose.
100%.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And again, last year you go back to it as well. Like, there were a few times, I think of the UCF game early in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the Baylor game. They did a lot of stuff to lose that game.
Yes.
But you have a guy that you trust, multiple guys that you trust. And that kind of belief just bleeds through everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yep.
The defense, the coaching staff. And I think that's just a good point, man. And again, it doesn't excuse that you have to still work around the margins.
Of course.
Right? You still have to improve the offensive line in the run game and get better personnel-wise on defense. But having that guy at the most important position in sports makes everybody's job easier.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just something that obviously this team, this program had last year, had in 2023 as well. And we saw without that at the beginning of the year how things can kind of crumble.
Yeah.
And now that you have that back, seemingly,
Yes.
it's on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, again, it's going to make everybody's job easier. It's going to make everybody more excited to come to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To get and grind because they have belief in that guy. They saw Julian crying after the game.
That's all you need to see, really.
To a 3-6 team, you know what I'm saying? And his first career start. I know me personally, and I kind of wanted to say this on Saturday. I've been in situations, I think I might have told this story before, where I was thrown into a game as a backup quarterback, and I played well. And after the game, we ended up losing. It was kind of in a comeback effort. It was kind of in the comeback effort. We kind of fell short, but like, I played well. And after that game, I'm turned. I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling good. I'm like, shit, y'all lost. I played good. I just came in here and did my thing. But, that's just the difference between me and a Julian Lewis.
Yeah.
Because he don't give a damn about that. He's trying to win.
That's how he felt last week, I'm sure.
He hates losing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters to him more than anything. And again, that type of stuff can bleed through the locker room. I feel like at a certain point, losing just became okay to too many guys probably in the locker room this season.
Yeah, it became too normal.
It became too normal. Mm-hmm. And the last thing that Julian is used to is losing.
Yep.
And that type of attitude is going to permeate throughout the entire program. And that's what the program needs.
100%. I mean, that's a great point right there. It's exactly what the program needed at this point in time. Mm-hmm. I mean, imagine how down bad we'd be right now as a program if they did not have Julian Lewis. Terrible thought to have, but like,
for real.
Multiple teams are going through that in college football.
Yes.
Like, it's possible in this day and age to still, build a team through the portal or whatever, and then you just have a letdown. I mean, Colorado's obviously going through it, but not just a one season letdown. Like, well, that was just it, flash in the pan type thing. Like, we've seen it before.
Facts.
It happens all the time.
Facts.
I
think you mentioned it too after the game. I think it's fair to say that Juju outplayed the other true freshmen in that game.
Absolutely, he did.
And Scotty Fox, that was his fourth start.
Third or fourth. He's played at like
5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
And Juju looked like the better player.
Absolutely. They had to take the ball out of Scotty Fox's hands in the second half after the back-to-back interceptions. They literally threw 3 passes after that. 3 of them.
I mean, and we saw Rich Rod, too, talking to him during the game. He was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're trying to throw this game away.
Yeah.
And he was trying to throw the game to Colorado a couple of times.
100%.
So that's another feather in Juju's cap.
Since you brought up that fourth down play, one more thing. Moving forward, the ball has to be in Julian's hands in those instances. It's like Shador at that point.
Exactly.
I don't know if that was like a read call that they had, because Julian did kind of run. I don't know if he had that option or not to pull the football and take it around the edge.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity there if that was what was called. But from now on, I mean, it's just, you got to keep that ball in his hands. Whether it's a designed run with something. I mean, obviously he's got some wheels. I wouldn't, run him 5 times a game even, I mean, it has to be very like in crucial situations.
Like once a half and in crucial situations.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Not counting scrambles, of course.
Right.
But the ball's just got to be in his hands in those situations moving forward. I mean, he's your best player on offense at this point when it comes to decision making, when it comes to just finding the open guy.
Yeah.
Again, 0 or 1 turnover worthy throw in his 76 throws or whatever this season.
Yeah.
73 throws.
And I said it in the Arizona game when he came in that he threw the touchdown to Omari Miller. He had a few nice throws, but I said in the Arizona game, the most impressive play to me was that scramble on 3rd and 11.
Yes.
He picks up 16 yards. He had another similar one in the game on Saturday. And I don't want to do this, but you brought up the name first. I think of Patrick Mahomes, right? You don't think of him as a running quarterback.
Right.
But when the time
like Shador
calls for it, when the time calls for it, I think Julian just has a perfect sense of timing to know, like, I should take off here. They're not expecting me to take off here, and I can really use my legs here. And I think we saw that in both of his last appearances, that he doesn't overuse it, and he shouldn't, but he knows when to take off and use his legs because he's more than capable of doing that. And I think that's another part of his game that I really love.
Totally, man. Well, we can move on to the rest of the team now if you'd like. Other standouts. We'll start off with Quentin Gibson, man. Shout out to him. He now leads college football, all of college football, in kickoff returns and kickoff return yardage. Again, you're talking about margins. Like, you're shoring up areas where you just really didn't have any impact the last few years. I know, it wasn't the best special teams game from Colorado this week. And also, like, that's another thing too. People getting on like Mata and people for like them finally having a bad game. It's like they've basically carried the team all year. Like,
facts.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I'm willing to give them a pass. Like, I know Mate has had a few shanks and stuff, but like, I'm willing to give him a pass. And Mata was pretty much nails. I mean, he hit his field goal attempts. He just missed an extra point, and honestly, that's not going to make a difference at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But, the special teams is just getting better. And you go back again 2 years ago, they had nothing at special teams, man. It was rough. They had Mate, Mark Fassett, and he was a solid player for them. Other than that, though, they couldn't kick the ball at the end zone. They didn't have any return game going. And they just were letting up a bunch of returns and stuff. So, again, the margins they're growing on special teams as well. And you got some guys that are going to grow and get better, too, because they're not all leaving this year.
No doubt about it. I mean, if we're kind of talking about the rest of the team, I thought John Slaughter played a really good game.
Facts. I was going to mention him as well.
Obviously, without Tawfiq in that first half, your best defensive player this year, the heart and soul of that defense, if you ask me, I thought John played really well. And obviously, the interception is going to get a lot of people's attention, which was, a great play, partially because of Tawfiq Byard getting his hands on that football to tip it into Slaughter's hands. But it wasn't just a pick. Slaughter had 7 total tackles. 6 of them were solo. Only linebackers and Tawfiq Byard had more tackles than John Slaughter on Saturday. So I thought that is somebody who impressed, right? That's a position that we kind of assumed that it was Tawfiq and just a room of guys, so to speak. But Slaughter showed up in a big way. And this is another guy who has another year of eligibility, right?
Yep.
He's a junior on the field. So he will be back next year in terms of at least having eligibility. So that was kind of a bright spot on the defense. And I feel like there were a couple other guys. We mentioned BDS balled out. Preston got a pick who kind of capitalized on, I think, a few good weeks of action in a row as well. And obviously both the linebackers who started the game, I should say, Jeremiah Brown and Sean Myers both balled. Those guys 19 tackles, 10 of them solo combined between those two. At TFL, those two guys balled, and I feel like they have to be the starting linebackers the rest of the way here.
Totally. Shout out to Rachel Coley for becoming a supporters club member.
Heck yeah, Rachel.
Rachel. John Slaughter played fantastic. He did not look good in some limited spots earlier in the year.
Correct.
Particularly the Houston game.
Correct.
He really impressed me this weekend. He tackled really well. You weren't getting that really at the safety position either outside of Tawfiq.
Thanks.
Tackled well, got to the ball well. He's actually your second highest graded defender after Tawfiq Bayard from PFF this weekend. So had a great coverage grade as well. Obviously, the pick's going to factor into that.
Yep.
I'm not going to blame him or whoever the safety was on the wheel route up the sideline. That's just man coverage. But you're finding some answers. And again, you're seeing some guys like, I know it's been a frustrating year and it's been impatient because people want to see other guys in at some spots maybe, and they're just like begging for someone to come in. But this is just how it works. You got to be a little patient sometimes because sometimes these guys just grow and blossom early or later on in the year as they go. Like John Slaughter, the player I saw in Houston was not the player I saw against West Virginia.
100%.
All right, we got to take our next break, and then we'll get back to standouts. New partner alert. Shout out to our friends over at Christie Sports. Where are all my skiers and snowboarders at? Christie Sports got you covered, man. From high-quality gear with industry-leading prices. They got 50-plus locations everywhere you love to ski and ride, to rent skis or snowboards or just get all the best gear for the upcoming winter. Again, you can rent for the season. You can get new gear. They got everything for you. They got complimentary all-season perks. They got free size swaps for your gear as well. So go check them out for all your skiing and snowboarding needs. I mean, it's that season. Get 20% off your season rentals when you book online at the link in the comments and use code DNVR20. That's DNVR20 at Christie Sports. You must book season rentals online to get the discount. Book by 11/23. You got 2 weeks. Get on it. Shout out Christie Sports. You good, bro?
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. And also shout out to our friends over at Ent Credit Union. Broncos country, stand up, man. This one's for you. If you want to bank like a Bronco, hit up our friends over at Ent Credit Union. Get yourself a Broncos checking account. You'll get a sweet new Broncos debit card. Also, they have the limited edition Bo Nix ones available as well. With that Broncos checking debit account, every 15 swipes on that debit card enters you for a chance to win home game tickets. You also get 10% off food and gear on game days at Empower Field. Plus, as always, at a credit union, no surprise fees, man. Take your money to Ent Credit Union if you're ready to bank like a Bronco. That's ent.com/DNVR, ent.com/DNVR to learn more. They're insured by NCUA. Membership required. Account requires associated Ent Broncos debit card. You doing all right, brother?
Well done, bro. I'm over here going through it, low key. Alyssa would even switch to the cam on you. Everybody just had to watch me go through it over here.
Sorry,
it's crazy.
She doesn't have it. We have the 2 cameras today.
Damn, I don't know what that was. Some just
I'll give you
went
another
down the wrong pipe or something.
I'll give you another minute here. We're talking about standouts. I mean, you got to shout out Omar and Miller, man. Chill, Robbie.
Relax. Please relax.
Shout out to Omarion Miller, just an absolute dog. Excited for him to finally be able to get downfield targets. I don't know how many targets he had total in the game. I'll get that here shortly.
Oh,
yes. But
he had 9. He had 8.
Let's go. I'm more even. I mean, look, I know it was Julian's first game. They're probably not really having him go out there and throw the ball 40, 45 times. I'm glad they didn't have to, really. Maybe they probably should have, I guess. But, I mean, that's splitting hairs. We can talk about that another day. But Omari Miller is him. Julian Lewis. Shout out Yo-Yo. Shout out Brandon Davis-Swain as well. All 4 of those guys were named the PFF's Big 12 Team of the Week for Week 11, man. Those are all cornerstones for your program as well.
Yeah, for real. Core players, if you will. And Omarion and JoJo included, man. I really believe that's a special duo. Like a really special duo. Mm-hmm. And having somebody like Julian now in the mix, in the fold, who can really highlight their skill sets and what they do best. That was Omarion's first 100-yard game of the season.
It's crazy.
That's a damn shame.
It is a damn shame.
That's a damn shame if we keep him to the bean for how talented that young man is. And granted, he missed just 1 game, actually. He only missed 1 game.
Yeah, with the hammy, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. That was the Delaware game, I believe. Mm-hmm. JoJo had his longest catch of the season since week 4, 46 yards or 42 yards on Saturday. Both of those guys deep down the field vertical passing game. They're a perfect pair for Julian Lewis and what he does.
It's not 50-50 when you throw them the ball downfield.
And Julian has clearly already learned that.
Yes.
Very much so. And the downfield passing game, the intermediate passing game, which I kind of alluded to earlier, that is just, it's what this offense is built around. And you have the players in-house to execute that type of game plan flawlessly. And I feel like now we're just starting to see Juju, who is just truly the best fit for these receivers, these skill position players and whatnot. So I just love to see O and JoJo just so involved on Saturday, both finding the end zone and both just being as involved as they need to be. Because straight out, those are two of the best players on the team.
Without a doubt.
And if you don't have a quarterback who consistently gets them the ball, then you got to get a new one.
It's why this season was so frustrating, because we all knew the talent of those guys. Like, it was so apparent. Like, and also, I mean, that's another point too, I think. Like, usually with wide receivers, like, sometimes that's not really the case when the quarterback is struggling, right? Like, how apparently talented they are.
Yeah.
Even the quarterback is struggling. I mean, we have the advantage of watching Omar and with Shador and all that.
Yeah.
But just seeing these guys, in the short spots they had when the previous quarterback was in, I mean, the talent was always there. You have Harge coming back. You have Quanell coming back. You have Quentin Gibson coming back. Like, again, it's Colorado. You're going to be able to recruit whoever you want to play wide receiver, basically, to come play here. But one thing's for sure. I mean, this wide receiving core is set up for now and the future as well. And I mean, again, you're just a few offensive linemen away and a couple of depth pieces and some starters on defense away from really looking like just a
machine,
a team that hardly anyone's going to have the gas to go up against outside of the SEC. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking about this on the way home, because I do think part of the reason the running game wasn't as efficient on Saturday as it had been earlier in the year, aside from the injuries on the offensive line, is the fact that Julian isn't a threat really to run the football, at least the way that Caden is.
Yeah.
And that just made me think that now that Julian is obviously the guy, it just puts even more onus on the fact that you have to land one of these playmaking, difference-making running backs.
Yes.
Preferably out of the high school ranks. But even if you can get one out of the portal, that is kind of where this emphasis needs to be offensively, aside from adding the offensive line, right? Because you have a rock star quarterback.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Again, who is mobile, can use his legs, but you certainly don't want to put him in too many quarterback design run situations. We've talked about it. With Marshall Faulk being the running backs coach, it seems like it's only a matter of time. But now that Juju has shown you that he's the guy and he's the future, you got to get a difference-making running back. And not that Michael Welch or Dallin Hayden aren't those, or can't be that type of guy. But I feel like getting Juju with a dog running back who you can just hand it off and maybe can turn some subpar blocking into something.
Yeah.
I think that could really help Juju and help him really elevate to the next level.
100%, man. Yeah, I mean, that's probably like the next level to get to, right? Yeah. I mean, again, you have a fine running back room. I'd love to see what Cam and Draylen could do with, more than just a handful of carries, which, and again, this is something that maybe it gets fixed with the offensive coordinator hire. Because again, the backfield makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. No. I don't understand, what the goal is, honestly, too, because it feels like guys can't really establish a rhythm. Also, I just don't think the run game's really schemed up that well. I don't think you're that creative in the run game right now. So an offensive coordinator could help out a lot in that department, and it'd help out Julian greatly as well. We didn't mention really Yo-Yo yet, but that's a real piece that you found from the international ranks when it comes to recruiting. That's a hit for this staff.
It really is.
Again, this was without your starting two tackles, basically. You're going to have pieces on that interior offensive line moving forward. You already have two in Chauncey and Yo-Yo. Obviously, that depth needs to get better, and you need to find a center, for ideally the next couple of years. But if you find another one like Zarian McGill, just a one-year guy out of the portal, I mean, that's going to be perfect for this offensive line. So,
no doubt about it.
Any other standouts you wanted to mention? You mentioned Preston. Shout out Preston Hodge, man.
For sure.
He's a guy who gets a lot of criticism. He plays a very thankless position in that slot.
Yes.
And he did have some really rough games early in the year. He's really, I feel like, turned it around. I guess ironically enough, it's, two of the worst games the team has played where Preston has kind of looked good, but he really played really well. That was it a 4th down stop? He had one stop where he just shot across the line of scrimmage, got a TFL.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff we've needed to see from Preston. So I'm glad he's getting back to that, man.
No doubt about it. I mean, I think for the college second straight week, Ivan Yates has been fine at cornerback. And again, down BJ McKinney, down RJ Johnson, you're kind of playing with who you got. Ivan Yates has, I think, played better than most people expected him to. And that's a head nod to him and his preparation, staying ready.
Absolutely.
Because, he arrived, before the 2024 season, didn't play much at all last year. Wasn't expected, I don't think, to play much at all this year.
No.
But, with injuries and whatnot, excuse me, he's been called into battle. And X in the cut, yes.
Yeah, shout out London Mary.
Yes, London Mary can absolutely get a shout out because he deserves a shout out. That boy was balling once again, and he would be another guy that I would include in the core of this program moving forward. A true freshman who looks the part. I've said it before. That's a future NFL player right there.
Yeah,
a future NFL player, and he flashes well again on Saturday. Had 2 TFLs, 3 total tackles for London. So. Dog.
Yeah, man. Anyone else that we missed? All right. We do have to take one more break, actually.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And shout out our friends over at Monarch, where their goal is to just help you save money. It's like your own personal CFO, really. Money issues are the number one issue. Relationships fall apart. Don't let that happen to you, man. Download Monarch. Manage your money better with them. Great interface. That's why we love it here at DNVR. Just makes it super easy to see how your money's being spent, where it's coming in from, credit cards, investments, all that stuff. Where you can pinch some pennies, where you can maybe save a little bit as well. Forbes named this the best app for couples. It was also named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. And it was named in CNBC's top fintech companies in the world. Monarch Money just gives you and your partner full access to your shared dashboard as well. So you can have someone else on your account. It includes linked accounts, budgets, goals, and spending activity all in one place at no extra cost. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the crack. Use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR.
Shout out to Monarch and shout out to our good friends over at Taco Bell,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Fall is here, y'all. It's upon us, and the weather is getting cold. Taco Bell has decided to bring the heat. For a limited time, you can get Taco Bell's new Flamin' Hot Frito Grilled Cheese Burrito. That just got such a ring to it.
Had one the other day.
Was it fire?
Fire. I mean, it's Taco Bell.
Bringing the heat. These grilled cheese burritos are a fan favorite, and this edition takes it up a notch with the new spicy Flamin' Hot Rice. Oh, they got Flamin' Hot Rice? Jeez. And crunchy Flamin' Hot Fritos, loaded with seasoned ground beef, sour cream, and cheese melted on the inside and the outside of the tortilla. This burrito is sure to be a delight. And if you got a group, throw in a few Buffs boxes with 4 Taco Bell classics in that player collectible cup for only $7 to satisfy your Taco Bell crave. This is the best deal in all of Colorado. Taco Bell is a proud partner of CU Athletics and is donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored this year. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
X in the cut mentioned shout out Buck as well. We'll shout out Buck. He's not close, frankly, in touchbacks, though. I mean, Colorado just has to score more. They just have to score more.
Straight up.
He's got 38 touchbacks. You've got Lucas Carnerio at I think this is Ole Miss, leading the country with 62 touchbacks. So,
Jeez, that's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, 6-day window for the ASU game. So we're not going to find out the time of next weekend's game until Monday, right?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
So Sunday. So, yeah, we're going to have to hold tight. I think we're back on ESPN, I believe. One of them, ESPN or Fox.
What makes you say that? I think we'll learn that on
Oh,
Sunday.
is that
time
why?
and TV?
Oh, wow. Okay.
You learn on Sunday.
We might be on TNT again.
That's what I'm expecting. A similar, like probably that 10 a.m. Mountain Time on TNT again. Because Arizona State.
I mean, Levitt's done.
Yeah, they're still starting Jeff Sims. So from a network perspective, I don't think that's a game that.
Just gotta tell everyone this chair sucks.
From a ratings and viewership perspective, even with Coach Prime and Juju now, being in the fold, I don't know if that is a game that the networks are going to be clamoring for. So I would expect another earlier kickoff on TNT or FS1, which honestly I ain't too mad at.
At least we'll be here though.
Yep. It'll be Juju's first home start, bro.
It's gonna go crazy.
That could really be electric, dog.
Shoot, you know what? Put it at night then. Give us all the Folsom magic,
bro. And coming off a bye, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes crazy coming off a bye, I'm starting the narrative. Julian Lewis, extra week of preparation. Don't give him extra time.
I love it.
For real.
Let's go.
That was the Shador. Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, man.
All right, let's talk about the weekend in college football and in the Big 12.
Let's do that.
Some big results. Let's start with Texas Tech and BYU.
BTA, man.
Damn. So we made picks on Thursday. I went on an island and I picked Texas Tech, right?
Yes.
And so I come into the office later on Thursday night for the Broncos game, and Dion's here, watch along. And he asked me about that game. He goes, "Who you taking?" I go, "Texas Tech." And he goes, "Jake, we talked about this, dog. 10 points. You got to take BYU money line." I turn to Dion and I go, "How good are BYU's tackles?" And he just goes, "Shh."
That's a good question.
And that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Texas Tech they made life hell for Bear Bachmeier pretty much.
They shut him up through 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. They get a touchdown in the 4th quarter. That was it. It was domination by Texas Tech. Baron Morton didn't even do much. They ran for 149 yards. Shout out to Cameron Dickey, just a dog, man.
I saw a stat to that game this year where Morton starts. They're like 9-0, score 30 points a game. And it's like, yeah, you score 30 points. Texas Tech defense not allowing nobody to score 30.
Exactly.
If you get to 30, you're winning the game.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And that's kind of the formula. They have enough offensively. The quarterback's obviously a veteran. Think of him what you might. But that defense is literally a top 5 unit in all of college football.
They held LJ Martin to 35 rushing yards. They held BYU as a team to 27 rushing attempts for 67 yards. That's 2.5 yards per carry. You take away BYU's running game, they're done for.
They have nothing. But nobody's been able to take away their running game, though.
Exactly.
Tech.
That's how good Texas Tech is.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
BYU even had 4 sacks and 6 TFLs. Crazy.
Yeah. That's a first round bye in the CFP team, Texas Tech.
They've separated themselves from the pack this weekend, too.
Yeah.
They are now, in the conference, there are 3 one-loss teams, but they now have the win over BYU. Did they play Cincy yet?
I don't think so. Because I think since he got the sweet schedule, I don't think they ducked most of these good teams.
Yep. So Cincy's, they're going to still have a chance, at least to make it to Dallas.
So who all has 1 loss in the conference, or is just those 2?
Just the top 3. It's Tech, BYU, and Cincy right here.
But Cincy has 2 losses in the conference, right? Oh no,
so it's
just
5-1.
Okay, yeah. I was looking at the other conference.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, they got 7-2 overall.
Interesting. Cincy should win out.
They've got
with their schedule
a great opportunity to do so. They end the year with Arizona at home, BYU at home, and then at TCU.
Oh wow! So the Cincy BYU probably winner that goes to the title game.
Probably, yeah. That is not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Who would you pick in that one right now? BYU,
Texas Tech, or I'm sorry,
Cincy.
No, BYU.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. No one's going to beat Texas Tech again.
Well, if it was BYU again, I'd be willing to hear it. Like, you see him for the second time, maybe.
Nah, bro. Like, Texas Tech, it's different when you just dominate in the trenches, though. Like, that just travels.
You're right.
That translates.
I hear you.
Like, until they go up against, like, Ohio State, Alabama, Texas, like, then I'll like,
They're
all
gonna have
right,
the
they might not
advantage.
be like a Georgia type defense. I
Any
guess.
chance for Tech to slip up rest of the way? Who do they finish with?
So Tech, they have a bye this week, or actually they have UCF this week. Then they go on bye, and then they have West Virginia. Yeah, they're.
Oh yeah, that's
it's over.
See them in Arlington.
Yep, give them the title. Houston though, they stayed in the race with a tight win. I wasn't actually able to watch this game. What can you tell me about Houston UCF?
Wegman tried to blow it again. I don't know what he was doing, and like he was actually getting like tweets about him during the game, like, is Connor Wegman gambling? Is he point shaving? He threw 3 interceptions, bro, to the same person, dog.
Oh my god!
He threw 3 picks to the same person.
Did he have the ball go out the back of his hand again?
Not again. He left that in the previous week. But yeah, 3 picks to the same person. One of them was a pick 6, but they kind of just figured it out late. But I'll tell you what, man, UCF has kind of impressed me this year, particularly at home, right? Because they haven't been good on the road this year, but at home they've played pretty much everybody tight. And that was the space game.
Yeah, the battle for space.
Yeah, because I didn't know Houston apparently is a space like university as well.
Houston, we have a problem.
That sounds familiar. But yeah, so that was like the 2 space universities. That was a space. That was UCF's first ever loss
in the space unis.
Yeah,
I mean Houston's just the rightful space.
They were like 11-0 all time in space games before that.
Rightful space team. Then congrats to Houston for winning the space title. TCU at home, Iowa State. They were giving up 6.5 points on the books as well.
TCU
Iowa State
blew that. I think they were up 17-6 at one point. Blew it.
Yep.
Good for Iowa State though, coming back after I think 4 straight losses to get that one on the road.
Mm-hmm. They're just a tough team. I mean, they might not be as elite as they were last year. They're just. I mean, that's the credit to Matt Campbell and what he's done in terms of just building a program, building a culture.
I think he might be out of there after this year on his own accord.
I mean, he gave them everything.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He I don't know. He strikes me as the type who's like, I left this place in a better spot than when I got here.
100% he did.
And I feel like he can ride off the tails of Rocco Becht. And maybe get one of these big jobs because there are a lot of vacancies out there and I don't see a lot of good coaches out there. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a good point. I don't think his name's been thrown around that much to this point.
Because you know what vacancy I thought about this weekend that I forgot about? Like Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Who's going to be their coach?
Yep. I mean,
they're not going to get a top of the barrel candidate, but
well, I've seen people throwing out like someone like James Franklin for them. I mean, that's kind of exactly what they need. That program has nothing going for them. They need a coach who's just going to come in and already has like players.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bring players
plan.
With them. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't watch much of this game either. Arizona beats Kansas. I did see Kansas fans were very, very angry online though after this one.
What?
Just losing it. And I don't know what happened.
They should be mad at their quarterback.
I mean, I think that's part of it. They're talking about the Jason Bean era with like...
Oh, not the reminiscing about that.
Yeah. That's how bad it's getting out there.
Yeah, man.
That's the weekend in the Big 12, though.
Good for Arizona, though, man. Good for Brent Brennan, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
He was probably one of the most maligned coaches last year, talked about badly, and for good reason. They were a train wreck last year.
Mm-hmm.
But they were left for dead this year, and for them to certainly get the bowl eligibility, maybe get to 8 wins even this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a job by him and No Fafita, who's really bounced back as well.
Facts. Vandy had a big win. We're going national here. It's just quick stuff. Big win for Vandy. They were down a ton, and Auburn was fighting.
That game was cracking low key.
Auburn got the interim head coach bump. It didn't translate into a win though. I mean, they put up 38 points. They had like 500 total yards of offense, something like that. That was just non-existent when Hugh Freeze was there. Yeah. So Diego Pavia is just a hero. Absolute hero.
I'll tell you what, bro. I mentioned it to you, that game right there that we just scrolled past, the A&M. That might be my pick to win the Natty right now.
They look so good.
Texas A&M is a machine. And Marcel Reed is ultra dialed in.
And Levy and Moss didn't even play. They've just got another running back, and Ruben Owens going crazy.
2 dog receivers.
Yep.
A really good defense, well coached by Elko. That might be my pick right now to win it all at this moment in time.
Mizzou was on their third quarterback, though.
Yep.
Indiana got taken to the wire against Penn State. I told Dre on Thursday during picks that we were doing. It was like, Penn State still has a ton of talent. Like, I don't know if they're going to really do much, but they're gonna show up against one of these big games, against a big team. Yeah. They did that against Indiana. They had the lead for most of the game, didn't they?
That game-winning touchdown catch was
unbelievable.
Unreal.
I mean, you want to talk about wide receivers. Indiana's two guys, Cooper and Surratt, are just... Those guys have gas. Fernando Mendoza as well. Jeez. That's really kind of it. Jaron at Cal is just going crazy. He beats number 15 Louisville.
I was going to mention Oregon sneaking past Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa should have won that game, low-key.
Yep. All right. You got anything else?
What the chat talking about?
Let's go to the chat and wrapped up today's show.
I think somebody asked earlier about Yo-Yo and his jersey. So when he is playing a regular interior offensive line, like he's playing left guard, he can wear his regular number 59. But earlier in the year, when he was being used as a sixth offensive lineman, as a jumbo tight end, so to speak. Yeah, the number 84 makes him eligible to be lined up on the edge of the line of scrimmage and potentially catch a pass.
Yep.
So that could be fun. They've been using it all year, right?
Yeah.
Let Juju throw Yo-Yo a pass out there. That would be dope.
I mean, you got to have at least that in a package or something because everyone gets caught slipping, letting the eligible lineman out into the flat every now and then.
Exactly.
So. Honor the Family asked, do y'all think we can utilize all 85 scholarships next season? I think we could use more bodies. Yeah, I mean, they did get unlucky with a lot of injuries this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to attack the strength staff or whatever for a lot of like season-ending injuries. Like a lot of those are just like freak things that just happen. But I don't know. We'll see. Coach Prem has never really employed the model of using all available scholarships. He likes to hang on to a little bit. So I don't really think that's Colorado's depth issues is not having bodies, though. I mean, it is. It's just the bodies you brought in are just not holding up for whatever reason. So
Brian Daboll out with the Giants. Thoughts, Jakey?
Thoughts? Sometimes people just get what they deserve. And no tears for me over that news today. What do you think?
No thoughts.
Can I tell you I'm going to bring up the tweet then. Brian Daboll asked for this pretty much.
Right.
He got Jackson Dart, right?
Yeah.
And that was his guy. And maybe...
Who looks good, by the way.
He
Dart
does look
looks
solid.
really good.
He does look solid. Maybe to a fault, though. Because Jackson Dart has been evaluated for a concussion 4 times this year. He's also dealt with hamstring and ankle injuries. He's taken 75 plus hits. And despite not starting until week 4, the first month of the season, just kind of sitting on the bench, he leads all quarterbacks, a league with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Justin Fields,
Jalen Hurts. In that league, Jackson Dart leads all quarterbacks with design runs. Again, despite not starting since week 4.
It was working, but you can't put your quarterback in jeopardy that way, especially your young guy.
Yeah.
And to some people, he's doing it to save his job too. You know, you can't be putting the franchise in jeopardy just to save your ass.
Yeah. Also, this is the 3rd time now in the last, I think, 10 years, the Giants have fired a coach and kept the GM. That's, I don't know, man.
You know, I saw a crazy thing today, actually. The last 3 times the Giants fired their head coach. So 2019, the Giants will lose at Chicago.
Oh, God.
Pat Shurmur's fired as head coach.
Okay.
2021, the Giants lose at Chicago. Joe Judge is fired. yesterday. The Giants lose at Chicago. Brian Daboll is fired. The Bears just getting folks out of there. Crazy.
Y'all are some coach killers.
Crazy.
Man.
Shout out Bear Nation out there, man. Bear down, man. What a dub yesterday, man. Hell yeah, we're so back. 6-3 feels amazing, especially when you know you got a quarterback and a coach. Oh my God, it feels so good.
Your team's fun to watch, bro.
They really are. We finally got an offense, bro. Yeah. For years, I had to be happy with playing, bear football and 17 defense.
Points a
yeah,
game.
Exactly. I had to act like I was happy and cool with that. But now we actually got explosion in the offense and fireworks. It's so fun, bro.
I'm happy for you.
I love it.
Duran asks, what do we think about Marshall Faulk becoming COC? I think that is a very, very long shot. I don't know if Marshall Faulk is trying to do that much.
I agree. I don't think
he needs to.
Yeah, I think he can be as involved as he wants to be. But I think, going with somebody who has OC experience, I think is the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, chat. We're gonna get out of here. I don't know. We'll find out if we get media this week. It doesn't sound likely, so we'll see if we get to talk to the team and get up there. If we can, we'll be up there.
Hell yeah, Ivan.
But yeah.
Hell yeah, Maya.
Bye week. So Monday through Friday. We'll see y'all again tomorrow. Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.